I want my money back. It might sound like whining, but the truth is, North Dakota's money, which means it's mine, it's yours. If you live in the state of North Dakota, if you're a citizen of the state of North Dakota, what I'm about to talk is your money. It's yours. It's money that's in the investment fund. It's in money that's in the legacy fund. And it's money that is brought in through taxpayer dollars into the state of North Dakota to run the state of North Dakota. Now, we've had debates here down the road over whether or not that money is being used properly in state, whether or not the legislature is doing what they could do with infrastructure, schools, a lot of other things. But that doesn't change the fact that that money, while it might not be going to schools and bridges, it is being invested. Now, the point I'm about to raise is the fact that it's being invested in an incredibly poor way. There's three names I want you to remember. I want you to remember Thomas Beadle. He's a state treasurer. I want you to remember Brent Sanford. Brent is the lieutenant governor of the state of North Dakota. And I want you to remember John Godfrey. Now, John is the tax commissioner of the, insurance commissioner for the state of North Dakota. So let's keep these in mind. These are elected officials. These are individuals that you voted for, the majority of you voted for. Now, what do they oversee? They see that investment fund. They see that portfolio. They see the money that's going to go out and supposedly get to work for the state of North Dakota. And what they chose to invest in, where they chose to put our money, yours and mine, is in Russia. A portion of that money is in Russia. A portion of that money is funding the very war that we're in right now. NATO versus Ukraine. Or not versus Ukraine, but versus Russia. The Ukrainian people are fighting for their life. And we've got their back. We're doing everything we can to make sure that they have what they need to take on this war that's being waged against them. Or are we? As North Dakotans, are we? Should our money be in Russia to be used by the Russian government? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely no. Now, in my professional life, I began for 23 years, I ran a rural water district that covered at one point 7 counties that rural water system was in. I then went to work in radio, and I ended up managing there. And so in both of my jobs, I've reached the level of management. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's a lot of work. But the truth of the matter is, I know what it's like to deal with consultants. I know what it's like to deal with audits, with finance, with everything that goes along with it. So let me just say this. Any advisor that would come to me as someone whose job it was to look out for the money of the state of North Dakota that said, you know what, we're going to put it in this portfolio, and in that portfolio, this money's going to get diversed and some of it's going to go to Russia. Had they done that, my vote would have been no. That's not hindsight. I'm telling you right now, my vote would have been no. Just like these individuals I just talked about, their vote should have been no. And any consultant that brings that forward isn't good enough to be the consultant. So my job would have been, there's more people that do what you do, and if you're that foolish that you want to take the people of North Dakota's money and invest it into Russia and invest it into a place where Vladimir Putin can use that money, then I don't want you in the room with me. I don't need you as an advisor of where North Dakota's money should go. You're fired. You're fired. In the words of Donald Trump, you're fired. Okay? And that would happen today. Governor Burgum needs to come out. He is the chief executive of the state of North Dakota. He needs to come out as strongly as he possibly can about how that North Dakota money needs to leave Russia. We need our money back. We're not going to help fund a war that the Russian people have waged against the Ukrainian people. No, they don't get our money. And for these individuals that have invested it there, you have the power to take it away. Now, are you going to lose money? Yep. you're going to lose money. And you know why you're going to lose money when you pull it back? You're going to lose money because you made a bad choice. That's why you're going to lose money. You're also going to lose money because the Russian government value, the ruble versus the dollar in many ways has gone like this, right? And many of you are going to say, well, the dollar over the ruble, that strength, you can buy much more per dollar per what they have as their currency. So what? So what? I don't care. They shouldn't have our money. That money needs to leave Russia. It needs to come back to North Dakota. We need to invest it in North Dakota. And one more thing about this. The legislature, last legislative session, Senator Unruh from the Beulah area made sure that they passed legislation through that said you cannot, for moral reasons, you cannot invest money based upon moral reasons. Now, she was after green energy because she comes from coal country. So she was making sure that we couldn't invest in, for example, the way that electric cars are going to get charged. We couldn't do that, which is stupid. She can look back at it in the mirror now and say, gee, what did I do? Because they put a law on the books that says, you know what? This board and others can't base their decision based off the morality of giving Vladimir Putin money. But you know what? You can. You can. All you got to do is make the argument it's the best place to make you money. Now, Russia isn't. I want my money back.